It's all about truth. All of it. Every single thing. All boils down to the truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free. All right, we are live. Welcome to the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is Press for Truth Live. I am your host, Dan Dix. We're going to be live here for the next, maybe hour or so, taking your questions, talking about all the crazy things going on in the world. Please share this stream. Let people know that we are, in fact, live. I'm going to do that right now. Bear with me. Send that out on my Twitter and Facebook and all the others. If you guys could do the same, it'd be greatly appreciated. Let people know we're going to be live here for the next little while. Let me make sure we are, in fact, live. Yes, Jeff Taylor says, yo. Jose, first, hello. Dan, I donated to you GoPro, and they refunded me. Bunch of commie bastards, says Jeff Taylor. Yeah, I know, man. It was brutal. I raised $7,000 on GoFundMe, and they terminated my campaign. Not only that, they terminated the other campaign that I've had going for over a year. The PFT demonetized campaign was actually terminated as well. No recourse, no chance for appeal, no nothing. I'm trying to contact them. They're not responding. I can't even sign in. I use the same password that I've always used, and now it says incorrect password. Every time I click the reset password or forgot password link, I get a spinny wheel. So something's up. But Jeff, thank you for donating to that cause so I could get my GoPro back. I did end up buying another GoPro, and I set up a new funding campaign with a site called Go Get Funding, and there's a link for that in the description here if you do want to contribute that contribution that was refunded to you by GoFundMe. It'd be greatly appreciated. HFGIGHGH or something says, who controls the world, Dan? Well, that's a pretty big question to start off today's video with. Who controls the world? We could talk about that at great lengths, but I don't think you can pin it down to a particular person or single group, although, you know, those of us who have been talking about this for well over a decade now often refer to the Illuminati. It's become a cliche term in society today, but this is in fact the organization in the 1700s, 1776, founded by Adam Weishaupt, who I believe is still running the show today, but obviously not under the same terms, same names, and things like that. It has evolved over time, but that's it in a nutshell. Kill the media, says somebody else. Okay, the messages are scrolling by quickly now. Let me see if I can see who else we have here. Yo from Vancouver. Dan, just letting you know I got a push notification for your screen. Good. I think you mean for my stream. Excellent. Good. A lot of people have been telling me they've been unsubscribed from my channel lately. So yeah, they're messing with it. Let's see. We got 86 people watching right now. I've got, 270,000 subscribers on this channel with only 86 people watching. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey guys, of you 86, please click the thumbs up button, and let's help with the algorithms in that regard. All right, I'm gonna scroll through and look for some questions. If I miss yours, bear with me. I'm gonna scroll back and forth. Just put them in all caps again if I miss it. Do you have any proof all the money disappeared? How many times has this happened? Not sure what you're referring to. Maybe I missed something. Let's see. I already sent you an e-transfer, homie. I got you. All right. Thank you so much, Jeff. Very, very, very greatly appreciated. To anyone else who wants to contribute to my efforts financially, obviously during these live streams I used to be able to get super chats. Can't get that anymore because Google has demonetized me. So yeah, if you do want to contribute financially, check out the links in the description. Lise J says, hope you're well, buddy. Thank you. Patricia, how's Squampton? Very nice. Love it out here. In fact, I was going to do a walk and talk live stream today. I wanted to take the dogs and take you guys on a nature walk that I go on every day. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. So I thought today I would go live and take you guys, but it's raining here today, which is typical of Squamish. So here we are. There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on, guys, in the news. Let me show you a few of the things that we could talk about today that I'm referring to. We got stuff like this just coming out. Have you guys seen this yet? My God, West Vancouver police. Investigators would like to speak with the driver responsible for defacing a recently installed Pride crosswalk at the 16th Street and Esquimalt Avenue. If you have information, please call, yada, yada, yada. And as you can see here, they have pictures of tire marks on a crosswalk. Guys, they're suggesting this is a hate crime. It says down here, update, we have identified the driver of the vehicle involved in the incident. Thank you for those who have come forward with information. What, is there a bunch of the snitch police located this guy and ratted him out to the cops? And now what? Is he going to be facing hate crime charges or something? Oh, this is a crazy one, guys. I mean, there could be something to it. I mean, maybe there is this push for people to do skid outs in newly painted LGBTQ crosswalks. I don't know, but it seems a bit of a stretch to me. I mean, it's a car. It's a wheel on the road. I've seen a lot of funny responses to this online already. One guy says, "Hey, if you notice, they didn't really get very much on the white stripe in particular. So not only are they anti-LGBTQ, but they're probably white supremacists too, right?" Or, you know, you look at these tire marks and people are saying, you know, black lines matter. It's just ridiculous. There's an article out about it here on the Post-Millennial. Vancouver police to investigate tire marks on LGBTQ crosswalk as gesture of hate. There is a condition worse than blindness, and that is seeing something that isn't there, said someone. Yeah, good point. The poor West Vancouver police are having to waste their time on a report of tire marks tarnishing the new Pride crosswalk in West Vancouver. Investigators would like to speak with the driver responsible for defacing a recently installed Pride crosswalk. If you have information, call this number, and I guess they did get a lot of calls because they eventually found the guy. A police video posted by News Talk 1130 Sonia. A slam shows police video of a black vehicle that is suspected of leaving tire marks across a portion of the Pride crosswalk at an intersection outside of the police station. The police department is now investigating the incident. God, talk about a non-story. I mean, honestly, the police are in a bit of a PR issue right now. The whole world is kind of pushing to defund the police, speaking out about police brutality, and they, things aren't really looking good for the police right now. So it's almost like this is just a virtue signaling attempt to be like, hey, we're on top of the hate, guys. It's just insane, though, that they would suggest that this is some sort of a hate crime. I mean, people should say, well, here you are, guys, standing on it. How dare you do that? Maybe that's a hate crime, right? Oh, God. No, I mean, then you're just falling into being like them, which is not what we want to do. Well, there's all kinds of other stuff going on in the world, guys, that we could talk about today as well. This photo of Ghislaine Maxwell may be handy next week when we compare it to her morgue picture, because it's very, very possible that the fate of this woman will turn out very much like her late boyfriend, Jeffrey Epstein. As you guys, I'm sure, are already well aware, Ghislaine Maxwell has been arrested. She's being held. She's facing trial coming up in a few days, I think, July 14th, I believe. Going to be doing it virtually as well, not in person, but online from her cell. That's interesting. Apparently, she's been stripped down to paper clothing. They're not taking any chances with her, allegedly. But Can't put it past anyone at this stage in the game that they might silence this person from revealing the things that she no doubt knows about. What else do we have here? Yeah, we could talk about the mask issue. Confirmed the absolute science behind masks and the proof that they don't work. This is a recent interview that I put out with Denny Rancor. Really solid interview. I encourage you to check it out. By the way, guys, this is a brand new website right here, just launched last night, this morning. Still kind of working out the kinks. Yeah, I hope you like the fresh new site. It's going to be much better moving forward. So I still got a few things to work out with it, but this is the new site. So yeah, lots we can talk about today, guys. Let me get back to the live chat and see what we have going on here. All right, we got 174 people tuned in now. Hopefully we got at least 174 thumbs up on this video, guys. Please do that. Share it. Let people know we're live, doing a bit of a AMA now for the next hour or so. And I'm going to scroll back in through the chat here and see what kind of questions we may have missed. Okay, we got a lot here, so bear with me. Let me scroll all the way back and see what we got. Okay. A lot of hellos still. Hi from Finland. Hello from Vancouver Island. Hey, Dan, hope you're well, buddy. Cheers. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in, being a loyal subscriber over the years, if you have been. Somebody says, you doing a Jeff Berwick walk and talk? Yeah, pretty much. I walk my dogs every day as well. And I have a really nice trail. And someone actually just donated to me a new camera, the exact same one that Jeff uses on his walk and talks, actually. I haven't tested it out yet. I wanted to try that out. Not today, you can't live stream with it. Not that I know of, but... Okay. Gypsy says, just saw that, Bloody Whiners. It's a street. Yeah, I assume you're talking about the crosswalk situation, which is just so ridiculous. Again, look, who knows? I don't know. Maybe there is an anti-LGBTQ movement of people trying to deface these crosswalks because they're upset with it. I don't know. It's possible, but it doesn't seem likely. Seems more likely that, it was a car driving on the road, and sometimes if you take a certain intersection a little sharply, you might leave a tire mark. I mean, I think they're looking a lot into that one, guys. All right. Somebody says, talk about 5G and 60 gigahertz, says King Cash YT. Yes, 5G is something we can't forget about. In the midst of all the things happening in 2020, we still have the very real, I would say, issue of 5G being implemented, because there's, I think, a lot of adverse health effects that are coming with it. Due to my research, it seems that less magnetic frequencies, less interference from Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and ELMF, any kind of waves is going to be better for humanity moving forward. And, I made out a video a little while ago exposing what I considered to be a true conspiracy about this idea that 5G is tied in with the coronavirus. I think that is a psyop that was set up on purpose to discredit people like myself when I do talk about the real adverse health effects, the real issues with 5G. They say, you're one of those people who think it's causing coronavirus. No, that was a planned psyop, and I did a video about that. If you're interested in that, check it out. Also, King Cash, if you haven't seen, I did a video interviewing my friend Curtis Stone, who 5G proofed his entire home. I went to his house, documented how he did it, showed all the materials that he's using, the paint, the shielding technology, all this stuff, and he built himself a 5G proof home. He can't get a cell signal or do anything inside his house, but hey, not a bad idea moving forward. Be sure to check that one out if you haven't seen it. All right, moving on. Let's see what else we got here. King Cash says they installed 5G in schools. Speaking about that too. Stan says, oh my God, what a waste of police resources. Yeah, for sure. I mean, as I said, I think it's virtue signaling. They're trying to just kind of make a good name for themselves again. Do you remember when police used to be respected? I mean, I don't really. I'm not old enough for that. But there was a time when they used to help old ladies across the street, and young boys would look up to that as a very highly respected position, honorable position to work towards, and that's all changed. And I think it's changed over the years through the militarization of the police as we've removed the humanity from the force and put on black ski masks and assault rifles and riot gear. The relationship between the police and society changed. Not only that, the training has severely changed over the years, to the point where, you know, these punks are thugs, and they're trigger happy, and they're scared, and they're often killing people when they could be simply tackling somebody or using a taser or many other options. A lot of these guys are just total wimps. And I don't know if you know that they actually have a cap on your IQ in the police. If you're scoring rather high on an IQ test, well, sorry, you're not going to make it to the force. Maybe you're better suited for something else, but not the police force. They won't let you in if you have a high IQ. It's that should say a lot about the type of people they want to employ. All right, let's move on. 234 people now watching, by the way, guys. Please click that thumbs up button. Let's get at least 234 thumbs up. Share the video too. It really does help with YouTube's algorithms. I've had so many videos removed lately. Just the other day, they pulled a couple videos. I haven't even mentioned it yet, but I'll tell you right now, live here. An interview I did with Del Bigtree about the potential for mass vaccination soon coming because of COVID-19 has been taken down. I did that interview back in February. You know, it wasn't even an official pandemic. Well, although I don't even think it is, you know. So I use that term lightly. But this is before it was even announced. Anyways, they just took down the video a couple days ago. Luckily, it is still on my BitChute account. Guys, if you're not subscribed there, you really got to be. bitchute.com/pressfortruth. They're cracking down on this channel in big ways, and I mean, I could disappear any day now. We just saw Stefan Molyneux's channel disappear, over 1 million subscribers, thousands of videos, 13 years of hard work. Max Egan's channel of the Crow House was just memory hold. Again, 13 years of his life down the drain. I too have put 14 years of my life into YouTube, creating documentary films and videos. And it may soon disappear because of the ones who are in control of this platform are pulling the plug on independent voices like mine. Why? Because we're having an effect. We're starting to go against the narrative and the status quo, and we're building our own audience. The mainstream media sees that and doesn't like it. They're essentially, the dinosaur media is fading away and dying, and they got to deal with this. They got to do something about it. So they're starting to just pull the plug on us. And they can't do it all at once. It's happening in incremental moves, one by one, here and there. But eventually, you're not going to be left with anybody that you like to watch on YouTube anymore, guys. YouTube, in a year or two from now, is going to be completely unrecognizable from what it is today. You're only going to have a highly leftist, very skewed opinion of the world coming from this platform. And the only way you'll be able to find content that speaks out against the status quo like you used to here on this channel is going to be to go elsewhere. And I've been posting on BitChute every single video. So that's going to be my go-to immediately if they pull the plug on my channel, guys. So be sure to subscribe to bitchute.com/pressfortruth. I think I've only got around 12,000 subscribers over there. 270,000 subscribers here. That's a massive migration that needs to happen. So please, if you're listening, guys, if you're watching right now and you like what I do and you're a subscriber, you want to continue seeing these daily videos, take a little bit of time, go in the description, and find my BitChute account. Subscribe to it as a hedge moving forward, guys, because I'm telling you, they're coming for me. All right. Maxwell didn't kill herself. There's a comment that I'm seeing pop up here. Oh my God, if leaving a tire mark is a hate crime, then it must be a crime against whites. The mark is black. All right, let's see what else we got. Bear with me, guys. It's choppy, so it's kind of jumping around a little bit. Here we go. Now we're back. They're now deleting comments like crazy, says Bob Anderson. Not sure who you're referring to. True Patriot says, hopefully there will be a new platform that takes over. Actually, there are a lot of really good platforms that are popping up and taking over. I would suggest you guys get on Float as well, FLOTE.app. I think my handle there is DanDixPFT. I've been telling people for the longest time it's at Press for Truth, but it's actually at DanDixPFT. Light Green Leaf says BitChute will be the next YouTube with censorship. Well, hopefully not. This is why I am also in favor of decentralized blockchain-based platforms moving forward. And look, I understand the technology behind blockchain is a double-edged sword. It can be used to control. It can be used for purposes of freedom and liberty. But I think in the case of using blockchain tech on decentralized platforms, it makes perfect sense. You know, I would like to see a platform that operates similar to Bitcoin, and they do exist. They are out there, where essentially there's no central server, there's no home base, there's nothing that the government or the police or the FBI, anybody can come in and shut down, because there is no central ownership. The network would exist on individual nodes, thousands, hopefully millions of people's computers all over the world. So you'd have to take down every single individual node, just like with Bitcoin, and that can't be done. I mean, in order to wipe out Bitcoin, you'd have to wipe out the blockchain, and the blockchain exists on every single Bitcoin user's wallet and computer. Every miner, I mean, you'd have to wipe out millions and millions and millions of people's computers in order to wipe that out. So I think the time is coming when we're going to see a platform like that simply takes on a life of its own and cannot be messed with and can't be destroyed. I think once someone puts that into the open, into the public sphere, and kind of unleashes that, it may become unstoppable. So I got hope, guys. I'm not like sitting here, you know, saying, oh man, I'm so worried about if YouTube, you know, kills my channel. No, I know they're going to do that. It's inevitable. It's just a matter of time. But I'm actually excited for the future of, you know, what types of platforms are going to emerge as YouTube continues to shoot itself in the foot. So have no fear. Just make sure you're subscribing to me on all these other ones. I'm on a bunch of them. Float, Minds, BitChute, PocketNet, Hive, DLive, DTube, Steemit. I mean, I'm literally kind of spreading my eggs in multiple baskets here, so as a hedge against censorship, because look what we're facing here in 2020, and it's only going to get worse. Again, guys, if you're just tuning in, 250 people watching right now, please click that thumbs up button. And if you support my efforts here to bring you the type of information that I do on this channel, please consider donating as well financially. You can check the links in the description to where you can donate PayPal. You can contribute various cryptocurrencies. Bob reminds me of Library, LBRA. Yes, LBRY. Thank you. I forgot to mention that one. That's a really good new platform that I'm on as well. A link to that is in the description below. Clear Blue Sky says Brighton. I'm not on there. I don't know if I will go on there. I've nothing against Mike Adams, but I've had some not great experiences when it comes to working with him on his platforms in the past. So I'm not too interested in that one. All right. Zwick Kebab says added BitChute. Thank you. We need a lot more people on this channel to go do that. Subscribe to me on BitChute, and let's get those numbers up. Rick Funvid says no mask required if you say medical reasons. Yes, and that's something I encourage people to do, is to just not fall in line. And I mean, as my guest the other day, Denny Rancourt, says, I mean, play it by ear. All situations are going to be uniquely different. Sometimes, you gotta choose your battles, essentially, and know when to do that with the mask issue. Echo Drive says, WTF, is Dan calling out the Jays? By the way, that's what gets you the ban hammer. Okay, I think I know what you're referring to there, but I don't know what makes you think that any topics like that are happening in this thread, as there aren't. But Rika, the hopeful voluntarist, good to see you again. Denny was great. Really enjoyed that video. Yeah, thank you. I really enjoyed that conversation as well. As most of you guys probably know, I don't prepare for my interviews. I literally wing them entirely. I'll come up with an opening question, and that's it. I generally, when I book a guest, I'll spend 5 minutes kind of thinking about an intro. How am I going to introduce them, and then what's my first question going to be? And then we just go with it from there. And I've learned my lesson a long time ago not to over prepare. Back in the day, I used to do that. I'd have everything mapped out and, all the questions I want to ask. And that causes me to not really listen to my guest closely. I'm more focused on, like, when am I going to squeeze in the next question and trying to keep it on track. And it never goes well. So I realized, let's just naturally wing it, free flow of the conversation. And it always turns out much, much better. So, and yeah, I agree. I thought we had a great conversation. A lot of interesting points came up, and that's the kind of video I hope goes viral. I mean, again, I've got over 250,000 subscribers, and that video has currently only got, I think, 20,000 views. Although I am highly shadow banned, so it's very quite possible that the view count is actually much higher than what it says it is. I used to think, the shadow banning was to the extent that nobody's seeing it, and I do think that happens. But I also think it happens in the regards where people are seeing the videos, but the numbers are not necessarily saying so. And there's a number of reasons why I think that. Lately, I'll be honest, I get recognized a lot lately when I go out in public. In Ontario, it's crazy. I can't walk around anywhere without getting recognized. And in Vancouver, it's happening a lot too. And that makes me think that the view counts are maybe higher than what they say they are. So if a video says it only got 20,000 views, maybe it actually got 300,000 views or something. I really don't know, but something doesn't seem right about it. Again, what do we have? 250 people tuned in right now with 270,000 subscribers? It doesn't add up. But anyways, all the more reason to start migrating off of this platform, this highly controlled, centralized platform, and moving on over to these other ones. Can we give Dan 245 likes? Asks Gary. Excellent question, Gary. Can we do that? Click that thumbs up button right now, guys. Really does help out with the algorithms. Somebody looks like they're responding to somebody else saying, yes, he's demonetized on here. Somebody must have asked if I am demonetized. Yes, I have been completely 100% demonetized. Happened well over a year ago. I was one of the first few who started falling down in the great domino collapse of monetization, and now a lot of my friends are now also completely demonetized. Yes, I used to get super chats popping up right now, $5 here, $10 there. It's very nice. Don't get that anymore. But you know what? It was really a blessing in disguise. screw YouTube and Google's dirty money. I mean, I shouldn't have been relying on Google money anyways. Not that I was relying on it, but it was there. And now that it's not there, I feel much, much better because I'm completely emboldened to you. It's a direct one-on-one relationship right now with you, the viewers, and me. No longer am I relying on Google for anything, which is a really, really, really positive move moving forward. And eventually, I'll be off this platform altogether on a much healthier platform. And I hope you'll be there with me. All right. Let's scroll around. Lloyd says, that's a great picture of you and your wife in the background. Thank you. Glad you like that. We got a few of them up here. We got that one. And got another one. Let me see if I can show you it. Over on the wall over there is a nice one. And there's a painting of me that somebody did and gave to me once. Now you guys see how I frame my shots. I got a mirror here and a window there, so I often just try to get it just like that. So you can't see either. There we go. Back to normal. All right, let me get back to the chat. We're getting all kinds of distracted here. News Now, Canada Independent Media says, breaking news, there is an arrest warrant for Jessica Yaniv, arrest coming from Rebel Media. Very, very interesting news, Donald. Thank you for the heads up. If you guys aren't familiar with Jessica Yaniv, he's the guy who had me temporarily suspended from Twitter, locked out of my account because I said that he is a man, which he is. And I was assaulted by his mother. Donald of News Now Canada Independent Media was there with me when that happened. Go back and check out the videos if you haven't seen it. But according to Donald now, there's an arrest out for him. And good. The guy was a huge troublemaker, trying to extort money out of beauty salon technicians for not, waxing his junk. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I really hope that guy does go to jail where he belongs. I mean, what a piece of work. Okay. Let's see. Somebody says, love you, brother. Be safe. Check out a company called Bulletproof. Everyone, you won't even be able to tell you're wearing a vest. Please, brother, we need real reporters as yourself. My prayers are with you. Oh, thank you, Jimmy. It's much appreciated. A lot of people have been suggesting I hire security now to come, film certain events. And there are particular events that it's getting crazy for me. As you've seen, the last couple of BLM rallies, I was completely surrounded at and attacked violently, assaulted, arrested. If you guys haven't seen that whole debacle, go back a couple of weeks in my videos and check it out. It was absolutely insane what happened to me here a couple of weeks ago in Vancouver. Again, I was arrested by the Vancouver Police Department after some violent thugs assaulted me, and they decided that the best thing to do would be to please the mob by arresting me and throwing me into a paddy wagon and releasing me a few hours later, just saying you're free to go. Unbelievable. But anyways, we don't have to revisit that. That was crazy. I covered, I made a few videos about it when it happened, and that's that. Let's move on. Clear Blue Sky says, yes, Dan, you are a real Canadian gem. Thank you for your fine work. Please be safe. Thank you very much for that. Greatly appreciated. I smoke weed like it's air, says Jessica Yaniv. Definitely likes to assault reporters. Yeah, I know. I was literally physically assaulted, not by him, but by his mom. The The Lloyd says Vancouver is SJW Central. I know, it's crazy. I mean, I used to call this place the watermelon province because it's very green on the outside but very red on the inside. They appear to be staunch environmentalists on the outside, but on the inside they're downright commies. And what I've learned actually over time is that it's in fact worse. They are have been infected with this cultural Marxist ideology, and they are actively pushing it onto society. And I've had to deal with these guys in Vancouver like never before. Yeah, unreal. Thanks for the comment. Old religion, dystopia, knowing versus belief says talk about WEF rest and global eugenics program. Not exactly sure what you're referring to, but of course, there is a global eugenics program. We do have modern day eugenicists still alive today, very powerful and influential people who feel that the population is overpopulated, which is a total myth. 100% complete and total myth, this notion that the world is overpopulated. We have plenty of resources, plenty of space for billions upon billions of more people, guys, for a very long time, too. So I actually did a video that's featured on my channel. If you go to look at the channel, it's called These 10 Things I Hold to Be True, and that's one of the things I talk about in there, is the fact that overpopulation is a myth. All right, let's see what else we got here. Do you have a preferred hardware wallet? Yes, I do. I like the Nano. Wow, I'm gapping on what it's called. The Mini Nano. It's like a little USB key. Back when I first got it, they only held 4 cryptos, but now they've updated it to the point that they can hold a dozen or more. And yeah, excellent hardware wallet, I would say. If I identify as a cat, do I get to walk around naked outside and clean myself? Some people would say that you're trolling with that question, but as crazy as it is, that is a legitimate question today. Isn't that crazy? That at this stage in the game, that is actually a legitimate question because a lot of people are going to claim things like that. That's the problem with the LGBTQ, LMNOP+++, let it go on into infinity. There's no end to it, right? So when somebody lobbies and pushes for the acceptance of society to recognize them as being a female when they're actually a male, or vice versa, well, when somebody else comes along and starts saying, I'm a cat, I want to sit in my driveway naked and lick myself. Well, the person who is just lobbying everybody else to accept them for who they are, they're not about to say, well, I don't know, that's a bit much. No, they're going to support that, and it's just an exponential increase into all-out lunacy and insanity where all rationale is thrown out the window. And I don't think that's healthy for society. So yeah, interesting question. And interesting that we're in a point in time now where it's a legit thing to wonder, because there's people out there who do identify as cats, literally. 2020 is hilarious, says Light Green Leaf. Yeah, I don't know a whole lot of people who are laughing about it. I mean, it's been rather difficult for a lot of people. Small and medium-sized businesses have been completely destroyed. That is just absolutely shocking and unforgivable on the part of the governments. I mean, COVID-19 didn't destroy the restaurant industry. COVID-19 didn't obliterate tattoo parlors and salons and massage parlors, and it just goes on and on. It's just absolutely crazy. It's the government who is to blame for these things, folks. So always remember that. All right, let me scroll back a little bit here, see if I missed anything. Got a lot of comments scrolling around. Let's see. Sending you love and best wishes. Thank you. All right, I don't think we have any new comments or questions, but we do have a few more people tuned in. 260. Imagine that. 270,000 subscribers with only 260 people tuned in after a 40-minute live stream. I know people on this platform who have way less subscribers than me, and they average a couple thousand people watching their live streams all the time. It's because of the shadow banning, guys. I think it should be clear to you by now. News Now, Canada Independent Media. I spent 39 days in jail because of Jessica Yaniv, who made a fake email. I'm under mass conditions because of Yaniv. Yes. Yaniv has messed with a lot of people, and that's why I hope this guy gets what's coming to him. I mean, Rebel News reporter, I guess, is launching something. Probably Keenan, whatever his name is, Keenan guy. I assume, Donald, that you're speaking about him. I could be wrong. I don't know, but my guess is he's launched some sort of thing because he was violently attacked by Yaniv, as was I. COVID is the biggest Trojan horse in our lifetime, says Kenneth Cleary, destroying small businesses all over the world. Absolutely, man. No reason whatsoever that all these businesses had to be destroyed in the way they did for something that is obviously comparable to the common influenza flu. I mean, let's just get the facts out there, okay? The death rates are, first of all, manipulated, okay? We cannot trust the numbers. And as we're hearing the numbers daily now, oh my God, 50,000 new cases in the United States in one day, this is incredible. Well, they don't tell you the fact that, yeah, well, they've just increased the testing by, 10 times or whatever it is. So of course you're going to get that many more people, but the death rates are going down. So yeah, you're finding new people because you're testing more, but the death rates are still going down. They're not going to tell you about that, guys. You're always going to get the spike in the fall. The second wave, as they warn about, yes, it's coming. But, of course, they're going to turn this around and say that it's because of all those anti-lockdown people and anti-mask people who probably didn't know they're asymptomatic who spread the virus. It's a bunch of baloney. Don't believe it. And again, use your best judgment when it comes to disobeying the mask orders. Varying situations are different, and be respectful when you do it, as I always do. I mean, I was shopping the other day. I wanted to get a new shirt. Here it is, and there were two stores in particular who had mandatory masks. And I was just like, well, no, I guess I'm not shopping here. And it turned around, went to another one, same thing. I'm like, well, I guess you're not getting my money. Went to another one, and eventually I found some stores that didn't have the mandatory mask rule, because it just goes by how much TV the owner of the store is watching. That's what it comes down to. Each individual store in the mall in Vancouver doesn't have these rules. They're all just doing it based on their own conditioning. So depending on how much TV somebody watches will determine how their business is going to operate. American Eagle, I'll just tell you, that was the store that I wanted to go in. Sometimes I find a shirt in there that I like, so I tried to go in there the other day. Nope, mandatory masks. So I'm like, oh, well, I guess that's the end of my shopping at American Eagle until you guys, come back to your senses. I've had to do that at a number of businesses. There's one here in Squamish that I used to shop at all the time. I really like their food. But one day I went in there to order a couple of smoothies for myself and my wife, and they had a new rule. You must order a minimum of 7 items. Like, Are you kidding me? Like, I often go in there and we'll get 5, 6, 7 items. You know, a couple of smoothies and a few snacks and a sandwich or something. That comes to 40, 50 bucks. That's not enough for them. They had a rule. You have to order at least 7 items if you want to come in here. So I was like, well, I guess I'm done with shopping at Kitchen Quickies, it's called. I'm done with that place. And there's been a number of places that I've, what would you call, boycott because of their insanity, because the owners of those businesses are watching far too much television. So, yeah, vote with your dollar, guys, in this post-COVID 1984 world. Vote with your dollar, okay? Support the businesses that see through all the BS. Another good example, I have 2 girls who give me haircuts that I kind of bounced around between. One of them, mandatory masks. Guess what? We're done. Never going to be getting a haircut from you anymore. My girl here in Squamish, I won't say her name. I don't want to get her in any potential trouble, but she says she was, you know, visited and told these are going to be the rules, and she just ignored them. She says, screw it. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not making my people wear a mask. They demanded she put up plexiglass things in between each of the people getting their haircut. She looked into it. It's going to cost her around $900. So she said, no. And she said to me, she's like, so I refuse. I mean, what are they going to do? Shut me down? And I just said, like, good for you, you know, good for you. This is why I'm coming here to support you, and this is why you're going to get a big tip. And that's what we got to do moving forward, guys. Support the businesses that see through this nonsense, and support the independent alternative media channels that see through it as well. And you can do that by subscribing. You can do that by financially contributing to my efforts. Check the links in the description below to find out how you can do that. But mainly, guys, share the videos, click the thumbs up button, and be sure to subscribe to me on the other platforms. Float, BitChute, Minds, DTube, Hive, it goes on and on. Be sure you check me out over there. All right, let me get back to some of these comments and questions. We've been going for around 45 minutes. 277 people currently tuned in. Please click that thumbs up button and share the link. Let's get those numbers up. All right. Somebody says, nice, Dan is helping people who are going to lose their business. Of course. I mean, there's so many little things that you can do. As soon as the restaurant industry was decimated in the way that it was, one small little tweak that I made is that I will now tip, you know, 20% on takeout. Like, I didn't used to do that. I'd always tip, but not if I'm just doing pickup. If I just walk in, pick it up from you, and leave, I used to, you know, not tip. Now I do every single time, because these guys are hurting, guys. I mean, I still can't believe what happened in 2020 to the restaurant industry. Unbelievable. So many people have been hit and affected by this. In fact, the IMF recently said that this is, they're projecting that this is leading towards something that would be worse than the Great Depression. Well, they're now saying that was an understatement. We're going to start to feel the real ramifications of the salary loss, the job loss, the stress levels. All of these things are going to begin to permeate their way throughout society over the coming months as we finish out this crazy 2020. All right, let's get back to some of this. Patricia James says, I'm hurting too, Dan. Yeah, you and me both. Everybody is right now. I mean, I obviously, you know, used to get a significant amount of donations. That is reduced due to COVID, you know, over time. Some people are still able to contribute, and that's really great. If you can't, guys, please don't. I mean, times are tough. I mean, like, make sure you take care of yourself first and foremost. But if you have never contributed to PFT and you can afford to do so, obviously it's greatly appreciated. Please do. It's people like you who help me continue to do the work that I do. But again, if you can't afford it, guys, please don't. Just share the videos, click the thumbs up button. That's what really matters to me most, is getting this information out there. David D says, lawyer Rocco Galati has launched a legal challenge to Canadian and Ontario government. He's always got a lot of challenges going on. I heard they falsely arrested his son, I believe, and gave him a ticket for like $800 for violating some sort of social distancing rule, or I think for skateboarding in a park by himself or something like that. Anyways, they messed with the wrong guy's kid. Let me tell you, Rocco Galati is a champion, and yeah, I like a lot of the cases he's been involved in. Comer, Committee on Monetary and Economic Reform, now fighting the COVID stuff. Really, really good. Somebody says many different versions of war are underway. Info, money, racism. Yeah, exactly. 2020 has bombarded society with all these things because look, what it really comes down to is unity. One world government, one world cash system, one world religion, one world military to police it all. And the only way that they can unite everybody under the singular umbrella, in my opinion, is to create enough pain, enough suffering, enough problems that the pain of separation is going to far outweigh any kind of issues that they're going to have with giving up their individual sovereignty and individual liberties for the greater good of the whole, of the collective. I see that that's where this is moving towards, and I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Somebody wants my thoughts on Justin's new hair extensions. Yes, important breaking news. No, I hadn't heard, but I mean, like, is it on his eyebrows or on his head? That's the question. Let's see. Aaliyah Smith has a question here. What do you think will happen to the... Oops, it just scrolled by. Let me jump back. What do you think will happen to the people when they realize how bad their TVs are lying to them? Yeah, good one. Suicides, violence against others, scary. Well, the good news, Aaliyah Smith, is that people are realizing that the TV is lying to them. Statistically, the numbers prove that. A lot of the viewership that the mainstream media used to have, that the TV relied on, is moving online, obviously over the past decade, to a large extent, and the powers that ought not to be know this, and they're dealing with it now. But to your point, I would strongly encourage you to get rid of your TV. I haven't had a TV for about a decade. We don't have cable. We don't even have a television. You know, I hate how, you know, living rooms are always kind of set up to be around the focal point of the TV. I mean, screw all of that. Get rid of it. The only time I ever watch TV now, to be honest, is if I'm traveling and I'm staying in a hotel. I usually put on the news or just kind of watch some stuff just to see what kind of BS they're pushing these days, you know? So yes, get rid of your TV. Cancel your cable subscription. You know, if you're dropping $40-50 a month on a cable subscription to feed you propaganda and brainwash you, that money can be much better spent on channels like this one. If you really want to, you know, if you come here for news and information and then, you know, zone out to the TV for propaganda and brainwashing, but you give them $40 a month and give nothing here, well, something's wrong. You don't have to give here. Again, I'm just saying, if you're willing to do that for the propaganda and the brainwashing that it's giving you through the commercials and the programming, which is called programming for a reason, then, you know, think twice about, you know, where you're putting your money. You know, again, vote with your dollar moving forward, guys, in 2020. All right. Clear Blue Sky says they want to defund police around the world and install UN army instead. Yeah, well, the goal eventually is a global military, which is essentially policing all the people of the world. Somebody says, have you heard anything about GSK vaccine, GlaxoSmithKline vaccine that produces anti-HCG-ABs? Not sure what you're referring to, so no, I haven't heard of that, but maybe you can fill me in. I'll double back here in the comments. Bill Webb says most cable TV subscriptions here in California, the United States, are over $100. Really? Wow. People are paying over $100 to tune out, turn off their minds and tune out to the TV. The thing that bugs me the most is when people have babies, little children, young developing minds, and the TV is just always on. I was at someone's house once. I noticed this. The TV is just on 24/7. They have very, very young children. We're talking like toddlers, baby and toddlers. And so one day, I just thought, they're over there playing in a different room, and the TV's on. Nobody's watching it, so why is it on? So I walked over, and I just turned it off, something this family never did. And all of a sudden, the kids were playing, and they noticed. They were like, hey, something's different. What changed? And they came over, put it back on. And yeah, that's a problem, man. Get it out of your house for your own psyche, but especially if you have young developing minds in the household, please don't have them around the TV or any screens for that matter. Try to keep them away. I also can't stand seeing parents who just give their little baby a cell phone and the baby's just sitting there like, occupying its time scrolling through things on a phone. It's just so sad to see, but I'm not judging. It's easier said than done. I don't have a kid yet, but I mean, I've seen a lot of terrible stuff like that. I remember sitting on the TTC subway in Toronto once, seeing a very young mother and a very young baby, and she's just and this is a young baby. I don't even know, like a baby, right? Can't say anything, can't do anything. He just reach his arm out from the crib and go like that, and she'd give him a McDonald's French fry, and then he'd eat it. And then he'd start whining and crying and go like that, and she'd give him another one, and he'd stop. And the whole bus ride, she was using McDonald's French fries to keep the baby from crying, and all he had to do was just go, give me another one. And I remember sitting there thinking, oh, this kid doesn't stand a chance. Oh, man, poor kid. This is why we need more people like us, my friends, to have babies and to bring people into this world. We need more like-minded people who think the way we do to enter this world. So I don't like that argument where people say, man, everything's going terrible. I don't want to bring a person into this world. No, we need more people like you to bring people into this world, right? Let's balance it out with all the crazy people and all the people who, get it. So go have some babies, everybody. All right. Again, guys, if you're just tuning in, we're just live doing an AMA. To be honest, I just felt I wanted to chat with you fine folks. Obviously, when we do these, I have no idea what we're going to talk about. I just kind of go by the chat, see what you guys bring up. I had a couple of interesting things that I was pointing out earlier, such as this, in case you missed it. This is the Vancouver police, oh my God, who are claiming that this was allegedly a hate crime because, oh, look, tire marks on the intersection that was painted with an LGBTQ rainbow flag. The police are claiming that this is a hate crime. Oh God, how bad does the virtue signaling have to get if you're to the point where you're claiming that this is a hate crime? I don't know. It's just ridiculous. As I said too earlier in this stream, I don't know. Maybe there is some sort of movement of these kids who go around, doing donuts or trying to skid through these intersections to scuff up these things, but I don't know. I highly doubt it, man. The most logical explanation is that this is just normal wear and tear of the road when cars operate on the road. I mean, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. They ended up saying here, as you see, update. We have identified the driver of the vehicle involved in the incident. Thank you for those who have come forward with information. So you probably had a whole bunch of, idiot snitches out there going, this anti-LGBTQ guy just defaced this property. Go get him. And well, it remains to be seen if this individual is going to face hate crime charges. But look, at this stage in the game, I wouldn't put it past them to actually do such a thing. That's how crazy things are getting. I mean, look, just a couple of weeks ago, I got arrested when I was assaulted by Antifa thugs. BLM thugs attacked me, and I got arrested. Is that the kind of Canada you guys want to be in? What the heck happened to this country? And I'm no patriot by any means. I'm not patriotic. Being born here had nothing to do with me. But I gotta say, man, this country is going down the tubes. I mean, I was in Canada, Ottawa for Canada Day, and I gave a little speech there, and I pointed out to them that did anybody here in this crowd on Canada Day of all days, would they ever have imagined that the Canadian lyrics would have been changed from "In All of Us" command to, in All of Our Sons command, and they changed it to All of Us command to be more inclusive. And I asked, did anybody here want that? And unanimously, everybody cheered no. And of course, because no. The Canadian government is doing a whole bunch of things that the Canadian people do not want. But I don't know, I think people are starting to get fed up with it. When I made the film, The Trudeau Deception, before this man was elected, and shortly after with the Trudeau Deception Part 2 and the Trudeau Foundation exposed, you should see how many thumbs down I got on that video, because everybody's like, no, this is the hair. This is the hopeful savior. That big bad Harper is out now. This is the new guy who's going to make it better. Yeah, well, all those same people now are hating Justin Trudeau, and they just can't wait for the new guy to come in, and we got to get rid of him, and they don't see the cycle continues on and on and on every single time. But yeah, that's where we're at. All right, let me get back to the YouTube comments here and make sure we still have people tuned in, make sure we're not frozen or anything. Uh-oh, my screen is frozen. Okay, looks like it's just a little choppy. All right, let me get back to some of these comments and questions. I may call it for the day, guys. We've gone for over an hour at this point. If you have any really important questions, please get them in the comment now. Put them in all caps or something to ensure that I see them. Clear Blue Sky says, we are many, they are few. Expose it for what it is. Pato land is China, Canada. We are here. Dan says, Mary Q. Canada is so much different from even 2 decades ago, says Jeremy Wong. Yeah, big time. I didn't serve this country to protect the rainbow flag, says I smoke weed like it's air. Gary Comper says, Dan, you are and have been 5 times 5? Don't know what you mean there. I'll take it as a compliment, though. Yeah, when are you having your own kids? Says Great Wolf. Well, not to get too personal, but any day now, hopefully. Working on it, so we'll see. Got here late, we'll do a listen, says Ruth Elizabeth. Yes, please go back and watch the stream if you're just tuning in. We covered a lot of topics earlier on, been going for an hour now. Light Green Leaf says, what do you think will happen if Maxwell gets Epsteined and everything is swept under the rug? Riots, Q people won't be happy. Light Green Leaf, yeah, well, look, if Ghislaine Maxwell ends up being Epsteined, and they try to sweep it under the rug, as you say. I think that could trigger a civil war more so than, let's say, that cop Chauvin getting off for the death of George Floyd. That obviously would trigger some serious riots as well. But if Ghislaine Maxwell ends up dead in the next week or so, boy, oh boy, let me tell you, society is not going to react very well at all. Posted this one earlier, mentioning that we may be able to use this photo side by side with her photo next week. Hopefully not. I mean, I don't wish death upon anyone. I would like to see this lady, rot in a jail cell for the rest of her life for the atrocious crimes that she's no doubt committed. But I'm not so sure that's going to happen. She's very highly connected, very powerful, wealthy people she has surrounded herself with. She's incredibly wealthy and well connected, and she has a lot of dirt allegedly on a lot of people. So will she use this to her advantage to get some sort of a plea deal or get some sort of, offer up, hey, I give you this and you give me my freedom? Time will tell, guys. But yeah, if she ends up dead in the next week or two, it's not going to be good. It's going to make the first half of 2020 look like a cakewalk. All right, back to the questions. YouTube keeps taking my stuff down that I'm putting on your chat. They don't like some keywords, says Bill Webb. Oh, that's not good. I have heard that algorithms are now monitoring comments in real time and deleting things. That's awful. Again, another good reason why we got to migrate off of this platform. And I'm going to start. Maybe I should start doing these live streams on DLive and Float, and just screw YouTube altogether. Then again, I got 270,000 people here, loyal subscribers and followers. But guys, we really need you to migrate over to the other channels, particularly BitChute. Check me out at bitchute.com/pressfortruth. All right, guys, I think I may call it for the day. Been going for about an hour and 10 minutes or so. Talked about a lot of great things. DLive I use to watch Benjamin, says Elizabeth. Yeah, well, see, Owen Benjamin got offed from the internet. He's kicked off of YouTube. He's kicked off of Twitter. He's being censored from other things. Probably, GoFundMe and PayPal and all those financial attacks as well. But he's doing just fine over there on DLive, So there's always hope for guys like us to pull through on the other side. So I'm, seeing how he's handled the censorship has given me a bit of inspiration and hope that I'll be able to achieve something similar should they pull the plug. Then it's going to be go time on all these other channels, just like he went all in on DLive, which is great. Let's see. You have me Clear Blue Sky says he has me on my DLive subscription. That's good. Nicholas Peter. Hey Dan, if there is a way to interview you again, I would love to shoot you some questions and have good dialogue. For anyone interested, please check out my first interview with him on my channel. Yeah. Thank you, Nick, for the offer. Guys, yeah, do check him out. Nicholas interviewed me. Where were we? Was it Anarcho Vegas, I think? I can't remember. It was at a conference. I go to a lot of them. And he interviewed me there. Nicholas, hit me up at dan@pressfortruth.ca, and maybe we can work out a time for, a 20-minute Zoom interview or something like that. Shoot me an email and we'll see if we could work it out. Somebody says, what are you listed as on DLive so I can subscribe? The best way to find that out is to check the links in the description. I can't remember, to be honest. Let me check right now. Let's see. DLive is dlive.tv/pressfortruth. So yeah, there it is. Again, please check out the links in the description. I've got them all there. You know, let's see. I'll read them all off right now. Parler, well, Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, Subscribestar, you know about those. But we got Float, Steemit, DTube, Minds, BitChute, Gab, PocketNet, DLive, and Library are some of the alternative platforms that I'm currently on. Please go check them out. All right. Nick Scott says, what do you have coming up? Nothing necessarily coming up. I mean, not that I can think of off the top of my head. I've been taking things day by day lately. I've got a real itch, let me tell you, to get out there and do some more on-the-ground reporting. I want to do some streeters soon. What would you guys like for a streeter topic? For me to go interview people on the streets of Vancouver. Maybe masks? Would that be a good topic? Ask people, are you pro-mask or anti-mask, and why? I want to get out there and start doing some of that kind of stuff again. Trish says Kanye West going for presidential bid. Democrats are scared. Yeah, man, that one's crazy. Kanye West announcing his presidential run. I just noticed my battery's almost dead, guys, so I'm either going to end the stream now or go grab my plug. You know what? Bear with me one sec, because I'm having too much fun chatting with you fine folks. Let me grab my plug and plug it in, and then we shall continue. Okay. Oh, wait, let me get this around me here. All right, there we go. Now, as per tradition of my live streams, you guys want to see my little guys? My little guys? You get this one. Oh, poor guy, I'm waking you from your slumber. Oh, the poor puppy. This is 420 Tony. He's named 420 Tony because he was born on April 20th. And so, since he was born on April 20th, we gave him the name 420 Tony. Actually, that was the name that he already had when we got him. And he was already 4 months old, and he was responding to the name. So we're like, you know what? We're going to keep it. And we love this little guy. He's a Maltese, in case you're wondering. Purebred Maltese. Awesome little guy. Really, really great. And then we have this guy. Our Havanese. Oh yeah. This is Kaiser Sose. And he's an awesome little guy too. And they're bestest buds. You can see Tony's coming up to try to say hi. And yeah, there's my little guys. Kaiser Sose. Let me tell you, man, this guy's name was a heck of a lot cooler before the actor who played Kaiser Sose went and, you know, revealed that he was basically a, you know, pedophile who's good friends with Clinton and Epstein, Kevin Spacey. But before all that came out, this dog's name was pretty cool. Kaiser Sose. It's still cool. It's still cool. He's awesome. You're good. You're a good boy. All right. So that's my little guys. 337 people watching now. All right. That all of a sudden took a spike for some reason. Hopefully we have 337 thumbs up. Guys, please click that thumbs up button. 338 people watching. Let's get 338 thumbs up right now. Appreciate everyone who does. Okay. A lot of comments scrolling through now. Let's see. Let me see if we got any. People keep saying 14 for some reason. What does that mean? Yeah, what's with the 14? Why is everybody commenting 14? Nicholas Peter says, you got a thumbs up for me. Thank you very much. My stream is all of a sudden, are you guys seeing the chat? It's being taken over with green frogs and the number 14. and like 100 people have just joined in and started doing that. The chat's flying by right now with the number 14 and a green chat thing. Well, this is bizarre. Oh, let me try to scroll back. Okay. Oh, I'm being trolled. That's what's going on. Wow. You guys go look at the chat. Look at the live chat right now. It's blowing up with people saying, say the 14 words. Are you guys crazy? What is wrong with people, man? Wow, what's going on? I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe it got out on Twitter or some sort of Reddit subreddit that I'm live right now, and looks like people are trolling the comments. Come on, guys, let's get this comment section back. Let's get the legit questions in, not all these. What is this? A Fortran trolling campaign or something? This is crazy. Go check out the chat. It's just being hijacked. Every single comment is saying 14, 14, with a bunch of frogs and stuff. Okay, well, this is interesting. Damien, somebody says Sargon of Akkad sent us. Okay, is that guy still a thing? Okay. See if I can slow down some of these comments. Wow, this is just flying through. You guys want to see what I'm talking about? Hang on, let me make sure I'm. Look at this. Got a bit of inception happening now. It's a little weird, but look what's going on with the comments. Green frogs and the number 14 everywhere. This is bizarre. Anyways, guys, let's not get distracted by whatever kind of trolling campaign is taking place on my live chat right now. This is something, though. Wow, look, it's just flying by. Look at this. Like, how am I going to keep up with your questions and comments now? Like, I'm legit trying to find your questions, and look at it. Okay, well, all right. Hey, at least people are tuned in and and watching. If you guys are just trolling, then maybe you'll learn a thing or two today. Okay, is there anyone real or legit left in the chat? Where did all my peeps go? Look at this. It's all green frogs. What are they saying now? Gropers rising? I don't know. Oh man, this is crazy. Look at this. You know this. You know what would be crazy, guys? If what we're seeing right now is like a virtual version of them like sticking cards in front of us and trying to block me from saying things. You know what I mean? Is there some sort of campaign online here for people to try to silence the live chat? I mean, look at this. It's being hijacked. Who are these people? Where did you come from? What are you doing? What is happening? Why the number 14 with all the green frogs? There's obviously a campaign behind this. All these people didn't just decide to like somehow agree on the same number and the same images. What is going on? I just saw my name. Hey, Dan, love your channel. I think that's one legit one that just came through. And now it's back to the... Look, this is crazy. All right, well, at any rate, guys, please click that thumbs up button. Apparently, we have 337 people watching. I don't know how many of those are trolls or bots. This could be bots. Is my channel being attacked by bots? I mean, look at the chat. It's going crazy, and it's just all of a sudden. I went from. Did you guys notice I went from 250 people watching to 400 to 350 watching, just like that? So out of nowhere, it jumped by 100 people, and the chat started going off the charts like this. with the number 14 and green frogs. No idea what's going on. Now I see the word Mossad everywhere. What is this? Mossad. Mossad sent us. Okay, guys, there's a serious trolling campaign going on right now. This is wild. Here it is. You're witnessing it right now. Seriously, like, are we witnessing a new Antifa tactic or something? Is this a new BLM tactic? Is this like them trying to get their signs and speakers in my camera and face? I mean, look, we were having a pretty good conversation earlier. That's impossible now. Look at the chat. I can't even, okay, let me try to stop it, scroll back. Yeah, Mossad sent us, Mossad. This guy says, just do your thing. They're listening, just talk what you need and what we need. Yeah, you're right, you know, ignore the trolls. This is just fascinating, though. I'm just kind of, this is bizarre. You know, why me? What the heck is going on here? I had the same question when I was at the BLM rally a couple of weeks ago, and I was surrounded by a mob of a couple hundred people, and about a dozen police officers had to interject and get me out of there. They ended up arresting me to do so, which is crazy, but that whole time when I'm sitting in the paddy wagon, I'm like, why me? What is happening? Here we go. We got something else happening now. Live chat being completely hijacked and going off the rails by some sort of troll campaign. That's whether to throw me off, or to, yeah, just trolling or what. But look at this. This is wild. Let me see if I can stop it. It could be bots. Need a mod? This is not the first time I've seen this, says Lucky Strike. Yeah, I literally have to, like, stop it to pause these things. Now they're saying dancing Israelis. Look at this. This is bizarre. Maybe it is bots. I can't even read you guys' comments and questions anymore because how fast it's flying by here. What's your take on what's happening right now, guys? Am I being, like, totally trolled? Is this some sort of 4chan campaign? Reddit, are you up to this? It's probably the Twitterverse. God, that's a vile cesspool of a platform, but I'm still there. Probably won't be for long. Take the follow the advice of my good friend James Corbett, who you know, pioneered in that way by destroying his account out of nowhere, which I think was a good move, and I may have to do the same. Guys, again, take a look at the chat here. It's just going nuts. As you can see, there's a major delay from what I see compared to what you're seeing now. Just now you're seeing the dogs. But look at the chat. It's going absolutely berserk because some trolls have apparently hijacked my my chat. Maybe it was the dogs. As soon as things started getting cute, they're like, "Oh no, he's gonna get some love for this. We have to silence him. We have to shut him up. We gotta stick our signs in his face. Oh wait, we're not in real person. Oh, maybe we can hijack the chat. Look at this, guys. Crazy." Yeah. Where did these guys come from? How many of you are there? Why are you doing this? What's happening? Anyways, guys, I don't want to get too distracted by the trolls. Today we were talking, obviously, about Ghislaine Maxwell. Maybe that's why we're starting to hit it. You know, hit some nerves here, and people are listening. People are paying attention. So perhaps they're trying to distract us by hijacking the chat. But there are more important things to discuss, like the potential offing of Ghislaine Maxwell, let's call it, which, as I said earlier, is not something I wish for. I don't wish death upon anybody. But if we find out that she dies in the next week or two, I think that could be a powder keg moment. What do you call it? That could be the triggering moment for maybe an all-out civil war. I think it's that big of an issue. It's just crazy. Uh, well, I want to thank everybody who has been legitimately engaging in the chat today and in the conversation, asking a lot of great questions. I've had a good time spending with you here today, and now as you see, the channel's being hijacked by some sort of trolling campaign. What are they saying now? Let's see. Admittedly, yes, I'm being distracted right now by the trolls. Well, a lot of these people are probably real people intermixed within them. So now I can't tell who's real and who's trolls or bots or whatever. But yeah. Anyways, that's that, guys. Today's video, I just wanted to spend some time with you guys, the audience, and get some questions directly from you. That's kind of difficult now because the chat is like impossible to read. Again, look how fast it's scrolling by. As you see, a lot of green frogs. Totally bizarre, but I mean, I don't know if I should just keep going. I mean, this is so strange. I don't know what to make of this. There's only 332 people logged in right now, and yeah, this is just going off the rails here. I mean, hey, well, whatever. If look, when you start getting trolling and haters to the extent that I do, people often start saying, well, that just means you're over the target, pal. That just means, you're having an effect. And I hope that is indeed the case. I just kind of do my thing here at Press for Truth. It's all I know. It's what I eat, sleep, and breathe. I do it 24/7. I don't know anything else. It's just what I do. It's who I am. And I love spending time engaging with you guys, the audience who made this channel what it is. But as you can see, channel's being totally hijacked. We still got a lot of green frogs scrolling through, and number 14, whatever that's all about. No, I don't know the 14 words. I know of that. Of course, I've heard of that. No, I couldn't tell you what they are. Wow. Okay, well, there's some hearts in there among the green frogs and stuff, so let me just try to slow it down for a sec. We don't hate you. All right. We love you. All right. Okay. All right. So yes, there's a lot of hate and trolling going on right now, but a lot of love too. Thank you guys so much for that. Again, we've been completely demonetized here on YouTube. 100% demonetized. I used to get super chats popping up. Can't get those anymore. So if you do want to financially contribute to my efforts here, as you see, it looks like maybe we are over the target. If you want to support that moving forward, the best way to do it is to support the channel, subscribing, sharing the videos, leaving comments, hitting the like button. But on top of that, we do need your financial support as well. So if you want to do that, you can leave a one-time donation with PayPal. Link is there in the description. We have the Go Get Funding campaign after my GoFundMe campaign was terminated, probably by trolls contacting GoFundMe and saying I'm probably suggesting that I'm raising funds for some sort of white supremacy cause. That was the accusations by the BLM crowd and these Antifa douchebags who assaulted me, that I was some sort of racist white supremacist. And when I challenged them on that, I said, show me one thing, anything I've ever said or done that would give you this impression that I'm racist or white supremacist. And nobody can come up with anything, guys, for obvious reasons. But now it looks like they've moved their troll campaign over to my live chat. But whatever. Hey, that's fine. Maybe I'm over the target again. All right, guys. We got 321 people watching. I hope we have at least 321 thumbs up right now at this point. Please, if you haven't yet done so, click the thumbs up button. Check the links in the description to find out how you can financially support my efforts here at Press for Truth. I think I'm going to call it for today. I was going to take a few more of your questions, but as you can see, the live chat was kind of hijacked there and taken over. So it's impossible to see your questions scrolling by anymore. But having said that, I think I'll wrap it up. Starting to see some of your stuff now. Gary says, you're right. It's fascinating how the trolls come up from. Yeah, totally. It's crazy. 476 thumbs up, apparently. Excellent. Thank you for that, guys. 492 likes. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's get it over 500 before I go. Thank you so much for that. Somebody says, Dan, do you know the YouTube channel No More News? He did a great job exposing Epstein and Maxwell. Would you interview him? Is that the Adam guy? I think I know of him. I don't really watch the videos, but I know of the channel. Nordic Warrior says, Dan Dix is an epic name. You know how many people think I chose that as like a stage name or something? Like to try to just be, you know, oh, this Press for Truth guy wants a memorable name. Yeah, why would I select that? Why would I choose that? You know, I love my name, don't get me wrong, but kind of bizarre to choose Dix for your name. People claim that it's a stage name. No, that's my name. All right. Okay, guys, I think we're gonna call it. We've been going for an hour and a half. Had some fun today. Talked about some interesting things. Seemed to have gotten trolled by who knows what kind of troll campaign army just descended onto my live chat, but it felt to me like some sort of BLM Antifa type trolling 4chan campaign type of thing, where they just got wind of the fact that I'm live and did that. Interesting note, guys, before that all happened, I had about 250 people watching, and then it spiked to 350, and you saw the chat go crazy, right? Well, look now. It's back down to 260, and the chat is back to normal. Well, ignore this. That's kind of like confusing Inception stuff. But over here, the chat's back to normal, and the view count is back. So anyways, maybe it was a quick in-out mission. They came, they trolled, they left, whatever. Maybe it's a sign I'm over the target once again. But at any rate, guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in, for being loyal subscribers over the 14 years that I've been producing content on this channel. Thank you so much for continuing to watch and share and support my efforts, whether it be with just the kind comments, greatly appreciated, whether it be with, you know, sharing and liking and commenting on the videos, or whether it be with your financial support. It's very, very greatly appreciated to anybody who does contribute financially or just, you know, emotionally, spiritually. I got people praying for me. I got people, you know, sending me kind emails and stuff like that. Thank you to anybody who supports me in that way. It's very, very greatly appreciated. I can't tell you how much it really does go to the bottom of my heart. You know, I get a lot of hate mail, but I get a lot of love too, guys. And thank you so much to anybody else out there who does support my work and who has been supporting my work over the years. I'm not going to slow down. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue. In fact, all this censorship and shadow banning and, you know, threats of being kicked off the platforms and all that, this is only making me more excited to continue to produce this content on a daily basis, guys. So I'm going to continue to be here for you. I hope you'll continue to be there for me. Again, subscribe to me on BitChute, bitchute.com/pressfortruth. The link is right there in the description. Made it easy for you. Just go there, click it, subscribe to me on BitChute today, guys. Let's try to get me up to, let's say, 15,000 subscribers on BitChute today. Can we do that? Let's try to do that. And again, if you do want to support me financially, check the links in the description. There are a number of ways that you can do that. Yeah, please check that out. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you once again so much for tuning in. I love you all, and we'll see you around next time. Take care.